All right, hi guys, and welcome back to Fast Finance. So I picked out the most pertinent stories of the day. First one is just going to be Tesla plunged more than $90 billion in market value this week. So to put that in perspective, that actually exceeds the entire market capitalizations of 80% of the companies in the S&P 500. Again, these are the biggest companies already, and it exceeds 80% of those market caps. The stock lost 17% in the last week, so that would be the 90 billion. But total in 2021, it's actually dropped 20%. So the stock has not fared well amidst the tech sell-off. This is largely on the back of the fact that traditional industry auto manufacturers like General Motors, Ford, Chevron, etc., have made recent announcements about their EV lineups and their intentions to sort of encroach upon Tesla's market space. So that is something to keep an eye out for. Next up, and this is an entirely different story, but this is how the Biden administration has begun an intense examination of how to structure a carbon market that would encourage broad participation by U.S. farmers. And quote unquote, they said, we will be exploring in depth how we could structure appropriately a carbon bank that would be designed for and benefit farmers. So you can obviously surmise any stocks that might be related to this policy and might benefit off that headwind. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about U.S. job growth. So U.S. employers actually added more jobs than expected in February. That's the most important part, more than expected. And concurrent to that, the unemployment rate declined. So this suggests that in a hopefully soon-to-be post-pandemic world, the labor market might be making its way back up. And this is piggybacking off of several months of more disappointing news. So this is a good change of pace. The next story would be Shutterfly is in talks to go public through a SPAC merger. That's essentially a blank check company. People familiar with the matter are saying that they're likely to go with Altamar acquisition. So if you are interested in Shutterfly, that's something I'm sure you'd like to follow. Next up, and this kind of wraps up something I mentioned yesterday, but oil soars above $66 a barrel. And this would just be after the OPEC announcement. So what happened was essentially OPEC sharked markets with a decision to keep supply limited as the global economy starts to recover from a pandemic-driven slump. But what does this mean? Essentially, this means that they're not really worried about price. They're not really worried about economic restrictions. And according to at least one individual, the door is wide open to prices beyond $70. So expectation, at least by OPEC, for oil is positive.